Have you ever been to Chicago before?
No, this will be my first time.
Then you're about to see a city that feels big, beautiful, and very alive.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
It really makes a strong first impression. When are you leaving for Chicago?
Next Thursday morning.
How long are you staying?
5 days.
That sounds like a good first trip. Where are you staying in Chicago?
Near downtown, close to the river.
That sounds like a great location.
I want it to be close to a lot of things.
That'll definitely help. Are you flying directly to Chicago?
Yes, thankfully.
That always makes traveling easier.
I really didn't want a layover this time.
I don't blame you. What's the first thing you want to see in Chicago?
Probably the skyline by the river.
That's a great start.
It feels like one of those classic first moments.
Definitely. Are you making a detailed itinerary?
Not too detailed.
That's probably smart.
I want a few plans, but not every hour filled.
Chicago works well for that kind of trip. Are you traveling alone?
No, I'm going with a friend.
That sounds fun.
Yes, I think it'll be nice to explore together.
Definitely. What are you most nervous about?
Probably the weather and figuring out transportation.
That's fair.
I've heard Chicago weather can surprise you.
It absolutely can. Did you already book any attractions?
Yes, an architecture boat tour.
That sounds like a perfect Chicago activity.
I wanted at least one thing that feels very city-specific.
Great choice. What kind of weather are you expecting?
Cool, maybe windy, but hopefully sunny.
That sounds realistic.
I'm bringing layers because I don't trust the forecast completely.
Smart. Are you staying near a train station?
Yes, just a short walk away.
That'll make things easier.
I wanted to have transit as an option.
Good thinking. What's the one thing you absolutely don't want to miss?
Seeing the city from an observation deck at night.
That sounds amazing.
I feel like the lights will make it unforgettable.
Probably. Are you more interested in architecture or food?
Honestly, both.
That sounds like Chicago.
That's one reason I picked it.
It really gives you both. Are you packing light?
I'm trying to.
City trips are easier that way.
I don't want to drag around a giant bag.
Good plan. What are you most excited to eat there?
Deep dish pizza, Italian beef, and good brunch.
That sounds like a strong list.
I think food is going to be a big part of this trip.
It definitely should be. How are you getting from the airport to your hotel?
Probably by train or taxi, depending on how tired I am.
That sounds reasonable.
I want the easiest option once I land.
Makes sense. Are you planning to shop while you're there?
Maybe a little.
Looking for anything specific?
Maybe bookstores, local snacks, and one or two souvenirs.
That sounds nice. What neighborhood are you most curious about?
Probably Wicker Park.
That's a good one.
It seems like it has a different feel from downtown.
It definitely does. Are you going to see Millennium Park too?
Yes, definitely.
That feels like a first trip must.
I know it's touristy, but I still want to go.
That's completely fair. Do you want this trip to feel relaxing or packed?
Somewhere in the middle.
That sounds realistic.
I want to do a lot, but I don't want to feel rushed the whole time.
Good balance. Did you already decide which day you'll do the architecture tour?
Yes, probably the second day.
That sounds smart.
I want one major thing early in the trip.
Nice. Are you worried about crowds?
A little, yes.
That makes sense.
I know the famous spots will probably be busy.
Definitely. Are you planning to walk a lot?
Yes, definitely.
That's one of the best ways to feel a city.
I think so too.
Especially in Chicago. Did you save your maps and reservations already?
Yes, everything is on my phone.
Smart.
I don't want to be searching through emails while standing outside somewhere.
Good thinking. Are you going to see the river both during the day and at night?
Definitely.
That sounds worth it.
I think the city probably feels different at both times.
It really does. Are you staying only in Chicago the whole trip?
Yes, just Chicago this time.
That makes sense for a first visit.
I didn't want to overcomplicate the trip.
Good call. What's your airport plan for the return flight?
I'm leaving extra time.
Good.
I don't want the last day to end in stress.
Very wise. Do you want to go up the Willis Tower or 360 Chicago?
Maybe one of them, yes.
That sounds worth it.
I want one strong skyline moment from above.
Great idea. Are you going to take a lot of pictures?
Definitely too many.
That sounds right for Chicago.
I already know the skyline and river are going to do that to me.
Completely understandable. Are you bringing comfortable shoes?
Absolutely.
Good, because Chicago can mean a lot of walking.
That's exactly what I've been told.
They're right. What kind of hotel did you book?
A small hotel, nothing too fancy.
That sounds practical.
I cared more about location than luxury.
Good choice. Are you hoping for a city view from your room?
Even a little skyline would make me happy.
That sounds fair.
I don't need much, just something that feels like Chicago.
I like that. Are you planning to spend any time just by the lake?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds important.
I feel like the lake is part of the whole city mood.
It really is. Are you interested in neighborhoods beyond downtown?
Very much.
That's good.
I want the city to feel bigger than just the main sites.
I like that. Do you want to go to Navy Pier too?
Maybe once.
That makes sense.
I don't know if I'll stay long, but I want to see it.
Fair. Besides pizza, what are you most excited to eat?
Hot dogs, Mexican food, pastries, and maybe one steak dinner.
That sounds excellent.
I think I'm going to eat very well there.
Probably. Are you planning any fancy dinners?
Maybe one.
That sounds balanced.
I want one special meal, but not every night to feel expensive.
Smart. Are you visiting during a busy season?
I think so, yes.
Then some major places may be crowded.
That's okay, I expected that.
Good. Are you going to use public transportation much?
Yes, probably.
That sounds like a good idea.
I want the option of not using a car at all.
Makes sense. Did you reserve any restaurants already?
Just one.
That's probably enough.
I want room for spontaneous choices too.
Definitely. Do you want to watch the river at sunset?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds beautiful.
I feel like that could be one of the best moments of the trip.
Probably. Are you planning to spend time in cafes too?
Absolutely.
That sounds necessary in Chicago.
I need slower moments between all the exploring.
Good balance. Do you want to go to a jazz club one night?
Maybe, yes.
That could be really fun.
I think one music night would fit the city well.
I agree. Are you taking the train from the airport if you're not too tired?
Probably yes.
That sounds practical.
I like having that option.
Good. What's your first morning plan?
Coffee, breakfast, and probably a river walk.
That sounds perfect.
I want the trip to begin with something simple and beautiful.
Great start. Are you thinking about any museums?
Yes, maybe one or two.
More art or more history?
Probably both if I can fit it in.
Nice. Do you want to visit the Art Institute?
Yes, definitely.
That feels like a really good Chicago stop.
I want at least one quieter cultural day too.
Good idea. Are you interested in local markets too?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds like a good way to see more of the city.
I think so too.
Same. Are you worried Chicago will be expensive?
A little, yes.
That's fair.
Hotels and restaurants can add up quickly.
Definitely. Do you want one full day with no real plan?
Absolutely.
That sounds necessary.
I don't want the whole trip to feel like a checklist.
Good. Are you planning one especially memorable dinner?
Yes, probably one with a nice atmosphere or view.
That sounds worth it.
I want one evening that feels extra special.
Nice. What do you want your Chicago trip to feel like?
Big, interesting, energetic, and a little elegant.
That sounds perfect for Chicago.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
I think you'll get it. Are you excited to just look at the buildings?
Very much.
That's a huge part of Chicago.
I think the architecture alone will make the trip worth it.
Probably. Are you going to spend time in Lincoln Park too?
Maybe, yes.
That could be nice.
I want one area that feels a little more relaxed and local.
Good choice. Did you make a food list already?
Yes, and it's way too long.
That sounds normal.
There are too many places I want to try.
That's part of the fun. Are you planning one very slow morning?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
I want at least one morning with no pressure.
That always helps. What are you doing on the last day?
Probably brunch and one final walk before heading out.
That sounds like a good ending.
I don't want the last day to feel rushed.
Smart. Are you going out late every night?
Probably not every night.
That sounds balanced.
I want a few good nights, but not total exhaustion.
Good plan. Are you planning to walk around downtown at night too?
Yes, definitely.
That could be really nice.
I think the lights on the buildings will make it feel different.
Definitely. Are you doing any guided tours besides the boat one?
Maybe not.
Just exploring on your own?
Yes, I think that suits this trip better.
Fair enough. What if the weather suddenly turns colder than expected?
Then I'll just layer up and adjust the plan.
That's the right attitude for Chicago.
I know the city doesn't always care about your preferences.
Very true. Are you planning to visit bookstores or little shops too?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds lovely.
I like quieter stops in between the bigger things.
Same. Are you hoping for good skyline photos?
Definitely.
Day and night both?
Yes, both.
Good choice. Do you think 5 days is enough?
For a first trip, yes, probably.
That sounds fair.
I know it still won't feel like enough.
Probably not. Are you worried about looking too much like a tourist?
Not really.
Good.
I'd rather enjoy the city than think about that.
Exactly. Are you bringing some cash too?
Just a little.
That's smart.
I like having a small backup.
Same. Are you interested in quieter neighborhoods too, not just famous places?
Yes, definitely.
That always makes a trip richer.
I think so too.
Same. Are you packing a jacket even if the forecast looks okay?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
I don't trust Chicago weather enough not to.
Very wise. What do you want to do in the evenings?
Dinner, maybe drinks, maybe a walk, maybe music somewhere.
That sounds balanced.
I don't want every evening overplanned.
Good. Are you interested in hearing live music somewhere?
Yes, definitely one night.
That sounds fun.
It feels right for Chicago.
I agree. Are you bringing a portable charger?
Definitely.
Good, because maps, photos, and reservations will drain your phone fast.
Exactly.
Smart. Are you planning to wake up early every day?
Probably not every day.
That sounds realistic.
I want some slow mornings too.
Good. Are you going to see the city early one morning before it fully wakes up?
Yes, probably once.
That could be beautiful.
I think the lake or river in the morning might feel especially calm.
Definitely. Are you planning to try neighborhood cafes too, not just famous places?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds like a good mix.
I like places that feel ordinary in a good way.
Same. Are you doing much on the day you arrive?
Probably not too much.
That's wise.
I think I'll just settle in and do one easy walk.
Perfect. Are you curious about local life too, not just the iconic places?
Very much.
That always makes travel richer.
I think so too.
Definitely. What's your dream Chicago moment?
Honestly, just standing by the river with the buildings around me and feeling the city fully for a minute.
That sounds perfect.
Sometimes the mood matters more than one attraction.
I completely agree. Are you planning to go somewhere just for the atmosphere?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds right for Chicago.
I care about places that feel like themselves, not just famous.
Same. Are you interested in a rooftop bar at least once?
Maybe one, yes.
That could be fun.
I want one evening with a strong skyline feeling.
Nice. Are you going to spend time just people watching?
Absolutely.
Chicago seems great for that.
I think so too.
Same. Do you want to do one of those hop-on hop-off buses?
Probably not.
You'd rather walk and use transit?
Yes, that feels more natural.
I get that. Are you worried about safety at night?
A little, but not too much.
Staying aware is enough most of the time.
That's the plan.
Good. Are you planning to visit any museums besides the Art Institute?
Maybe one more if I have time.
That sounds like a good balance.
I don't want the whole trip indoors, but I want some culture too.
I like that. Are you planning to try one very classic Chicago hot dog?
Absolutely.
Good answer.
That feels non-negotiable.
I agree. What are you most nervous about now?
Honestly, trying to fit too much into each day.
That's very realistic.
I want to enjoy the city, not race through it.
Exactly. Are you planning one especially dressed up evening?
Yes, definitely one.
That sounds fun.
I want one dinner or night out that feels a little more elegant.
Nice. Are you bringing a day bag and a slightly nicer evening bag?
Probably yes.
That sounds smart.
The trip feels like it has different moods built into it.
Exactly. Are you more excited for Chicago during the day or at night?
Probably both, but night feels especially exciting.
I get that.
I think the lights and river will make the city feel magical.
Probably. Are you planning to spend time by the water more than once?
Definitely.
That makes sense.
I feel like the river and lake are part of what defines the city.
Exactly. What kind of souvenirs do you want?
Maybe books, postcards, snacks, or something architecture related.
That sounds perfect.
I want things that actually remind me of the city.
Good idea. Are you taking one nicer outfit too?
Definitely.
That sounds right.
I want one dinner where I feel a little more dressed up.
Nice. Are you definitely trying deep dish pizza at least once?
Absolutely.
Good.
It feels like a required part of the trip.
I agree. Are you planning to revisit any place more than once?
Probably the Riverwalk and maybe Millennium Park.
That makes sense.
Some places feel worth seeing in different moods.
Very true. Are you leaving room in the schedule for random decisions?
Definitely.
That always helps a trip feel more alive.
I think so too.
Same. What part of the city are you staying in exactly?
Near the river, so pretty central.
That sounds ideal.
That was the goal.
Good choice. Are you excited for the mood of the city more than any one activity?
Yes, honestly.
I get that.
I want the skyline, the water, the streets, the whole feeling.
That makes sense. Are you planning one quiet afternoon too?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds wise.
I think I'll need one slower break in the middle of the trip.
Good idea. Are you going to visit more than one neighborhood outside downtown?
Yes, probably.
That sounds like a good plan.
I want the city to feel broader than just the center.
Makes sense. Do you want to wake up early for the city one day?
Yes, maybe once.
That could be beautiful.
I think the river or lakefront early in the morning would feel really special.
Definitely. Are you making a budget for the trip?
Yes, definitely.
That's smart.
I want to enjoy it without spending carelessly.
Good plan. Are you going to have one splurge experience?
Probably one nice dinner or one special skyline moment.
That sounds worth it.
I think so too.
Nice. Are you planning a long brunch at least once?
Definitely.
That sounds perfect.
Chicago feels like a great brunch city to me.
I agree. Are you excited for your first view of Chicago from the plane?
Yes, very.
That first look at the lake and skyline must feel amazing.
I think it will.
I hope you get a window seat. Are you planning to visit places just because they feel beautiful?
Definitely.
I like that.
Not everything has to be famous to be worth stopping for.
Exactly. Are you worried about getting tired from walking and weather changes?
Yes, a little.
That's smart to think about.
I know city trips can wear you out if you don't pace yourself.
Very true. Are you packing snacks for the room too?
Probably yes.
Smart.
I don't want to be stuck hungry late at night with no easy plan.
Good idea. Are you interested in seeing more of the Midwest after this someday?
Maybe, yes.
That sounds like a good sign.
I think this trip might make me curious about more cities nearby.
Probably. Are you planning to alternate active and slower days?
That's the goal.
Good.
I know I'll enjoy the trip more that way.
Definitely. Are you keeping some mornings flexible?
Yes, a little.
That sounds good.
I don't want every hour planned before I arrive.
Same. Do you want to sit somewhere with coffee and just watch the city for a while too?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds perfect.
Trips feel better when they include quiet observation too.
I agree. Are you planning to use public transit for most of the trip?
Probably yes.
That makes sense.
I want transportation to feel easy and part of the city.
Good thinking. Are you staying somewhere with a nice city view?
Even just a few tall buildings would make me happy.
That sounds fair.
I don't need a huge view, just something that feels like Chicago.
I like that. Are you planning photo stops in the morning or evening?
Definitely both.
That sounds ideal.
I think the city probably changes a lot with the light.
Exactly. What kind of trip do you think Chicago is best for?
Probably a mix of architecture, food, walking, music, and water views.
I agree.
It feels like a city with both energy and structure.
Exactly. Are you going to visit areas just to wander without a plan?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds like a good idea.
I think that's when travel feels most real.
Same. Are you excited for the sounds too, not just the views?
Yes, actually.
Trains, city noise, river sounds, music, all of it?
Exactly.
I totally get that. Are you taking a journal or notebook?
I think I will.
That's nice.
I want to remember little moods too, not just photos.
I love that. Are you planning to stop in little shops too?
Yes, if I find good ones.
That sounds lovely.
I like bringing back things that feel tied to a city.
Same. Are you worried you'll want to go back right away after the trip?
Honestly, yes.
That's a good sign.
I think so too.
It usually means the city really reached you. Are you going to do one very local thing instead of only major attractions?
I hope so.
That always makes a trip richer.
I agree.
Definitely. Are you going to spend time just sitting by the river or lake with no plan?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds perfect.
I think some of my best memories will be that simple.
Probably. Are you leaving enough room in your suitcase for things you buy?
A little, yes.
Good.
I don't want to struggle on the way home.
Smart. Are you planning to use your hotel as a real rest space too, not just for sleeping?
Definitely.
That's smart in a city trip.
I think I'll need a break in the middle of some days.
Good idea. Are you going to create your own little food route?
Definitely.
What's on it?
Deep dish, hot dog, brunch, coffee, and one really good pastry stop.
Perfect. Are you interested in all the little Chicago moments too, not just the famous ones?
Very much.
Things like bridge sounds, windy corners, station platforms, quiet cafes, and river reflections on buildings?
Exactly.
I love that kind of trip too. Are you planning to go back and rest before at least one evening out?
Definitely.
That's wise.
I want to enjoy the night, not feel drained.
Exactly. Are you doing more famous spots or more just soaking in the city?
Honestly, both.
That sounds like the best way.
I want the classic places and the everyday city feeling too.
Good balance. Are you planning to enjoy the city by just walking without a strict destination sometimes?
Yes, definitely.
That sounds perfect for Chicago.
I think so too.
Me too. Are you going to wake up early for coffee and quiet streets at least once?
Absolutely.
Good.
That feels like one of those moments I'll remember for a long time.
I believe that. Are you nervous about the scale of the city?
A little, yes.
That's understandable.
I know Chicago can feel both very manageable and very big at the same time.
Very true. Are you planning one evening walk after dinner just to look at the skyline?
Definitely.
That sounds perfect for Chicago.
I think the city lights are going to be one of my favorite parts.
Probably. Are you staying close enough to get back easily at night?
Yes, that was really important to me.
That'll make the trip better.
Exactly.
Good choice. Are you interested in finding quieter corners too?
Yes, definitely.
That's always a good idea.
I think I'll need some contrast with the bigger sights.
Definitely. Are you going to sleep on the flight home?
Probably immediately.
That sounds right.
I expect to be completely tired by then.
Very likely. Are you excited for the feeling of arriving in Chicago?
Yes, maybe more than anything.
I get that.
That first skyline moment feels like it's going to be big for me.
It probably will. Are you taking mostly practical clothes or some nicer outfits too?
Honestly, both.
That sounds right for Chicago.
I want comfort, but I also want one or two better dinner looks.
Exactly. Are you planning to use maps a lot, or just let the city lead you sometimes?
Probably both.
That sounds realistic.
I like enough structure to feel comfortable, but not too much.
I agree. Are you trying to experience Chicago as a tourist or just enjoy the feeling of being there for a few days?
A little of both.
That's a nice way to travel.
I want the highlights, but I also want the mood of the city.
I like that. Are you going to leave time for just sitting and doing nothing too?
Definitely.
That sounds ideal.
I think rest is part of the trip, not separate from it.
Absolutely. Are you ready for all the walking, wind, food, and skyline moments?
As ready as I can be.
That sounds honest.
I know I'll probably be tired in a good way.
Probably. Are you going to bring home food souvenirs?
Probably snacks, coffee, or something from a bakery.
That sounds perfect.
I like edible souvenirs more than random objects.
Same. Are you planning to visit quieter lakefront spots too?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
I don't want only the busiest places.
That balance will help. Are you excited to just look at the buildings, bridges, and water?
Yes, very much.
That's not silly at all.
Chicago seems like a city where the visual structure is part of the emotion.
Exactly. Are you going for the photos or the feeling?
More for the feeling, honestly.
That's nice.
I want to remember how solid, bright, and alive the city felt, not just how it looked.
I love that. Are you ready for a trip that will probably feel too short?
Yes, but I'm okay with that.
That usually means you'll want to go back.
Which is not a bad thing.
Not at all. Are you excited or stressed right now?
Both, honestly.
That sounds normal before a trip like this.
I think so too.
Once you get there, the excitement will probably take over. Are you already imagining another Chicago trip after this one?
A little, yes.
That's a good sign.
I haven't even gone yet, and I already feel like one trip won't be enough to understand the city.
That sounds about right. What would you tell someone going to Chicago for the first time?
I'd say wear comfortable shoes, bring layers even if the forecast looks friendly, plan around neighborhoods instead of trying to cross the whole city constantly, and leave space for one architecture moment, one food-heavy day, and one long walk by the water. Chicago usually feels best when you let the city come to you a little instead of trying to force everything into a perfect plan.
That's really good advice.
And don't reduce it to only deep dish and skyline photos, because it has much more texture than that.
I like that. What else would you tell a first-time Chicago traveler?
I'd tell them to pay attention to the city's structure and mood, not just its attractions.
What do you mean by that?
The trip becomes more memorable when you notice how the river cuts through everything, how the lake changes the feeling of the city, how the architecture makes even ordinary streets feel intentional, and how the city can feel both grand and approachable at the same time. Those details are what make Chicago feel different from just another big skyline city.
That makes it sound much more layered and personal. If someone wanted to plan a really satisfying Chicago trip, how should they think about it?
I'd say they should build the trip around rhythm and variety, one major architectural experience, one museum or cultural stop, one neighborhood day, one lake or river day, one meal that feels unmistakably Chicago, and enough unscheduled time to let the city reveal itself. Chicago feels best when you stop treating it like a list of famous places and start noticing how the water, the buildings, the weather, the food, and the neighborhoods all work together to give the city its character.
That sounds much richer than trying to rush through all the famous spots.
Exactly, because the best Chicago trip usually isn't the one where you checked off the most. It's the one where the city stopped feeling like a postcard and started feeling like a place with weight, personality, and a rhythm you could actually feel while you were inside it.